Hello everyone and welcome back to RegretCraft. This is the 4th episode, and last time we built up a cave spider spawner grinder slash thing to get us lots of experience, and I have spent a lot of time by that thing since the end of our last episode, and I have managed to get some better spells on some of the gear. It's not quite to the point where I would like it yet, but we are still pretty early on in the game, so I think that's as good as it's going to get for now. But while I was running around trying to figure out what my plans were for this episode, I kind of noticed how early game we still actually are, and how many things I'm used to having that I don't have yet. So we're gonna get hard to work at getting a bit more set up with some better items and some more mid-game stuff. So the biggest thing that I'm currently missing are shulker boxes, which, for those of you who don't know, shulker boxes are basically just chests, but when you put the items inside of them and you break the shulker box, the items stay in them, so it allows you to carry much larger quantities of stuff around with you at a time. And the other thing that I'm missing quite a bit is an elytra, or elytras, which, again, for those of you who don't know, are basically a pair of gliders that you can wear instead of your chest plate, and they allow you to pretty much fly around in survival mode. But with those, of course, we're going to need some rockets, which means we're going to need a gunpowder farm. And I was also thinking there's quite a few drops from, well, all of the popular mobs that I would kind of like to get my hands on in a sustainable way. So in the near future, I think we're going to whip up just a generic mob farm for all of them. So for creepers, for endermen, for spiders, for skeletons, the whole 9 yards. And hopefully that will work out nice for us. But these two things, of course, the shulker boxes and the elytras, are obtained from the end dimension, which we are quite a ways off from getting to. So that aside, we need to start working our way to getting to the end. And the first step to that is we need to get to the Nether. And when we were down in our mine shaft a couple episodes ago, we did find some obsidian. So we're going to whip up a portal to the Nether pretty quick. And while we're there, the main things that I would like to keep my eye out for, of course, are blazes, so that we can get some blaze powder, because we're going to need those to craft up some ender pearls, which I'm sure some of you are aware. We use those to locate the end portal. And also we use blaze powder for brewing, which I like to do. I like to have a couple potions on hand just to be on the safe side. And there are some blocks from the Nether that I've been dying to get. And the two that stick out are soul sand and magma blocks, which are highly useful for creating, well, any kind of redstone system that needs to transport items. So the soul sand, if you put that under the water, will basically create a water elevator sending items up, and the magma blocks will do the exact same thing, but it will suck the items down. So those are some blocks that I've definitely been missing. And we haven't even built that many complicated things yet. But that aside, we do have just enough obsidian, and I did whip up a flint and steel the other day. So I found a spot that I would like to build our nether portal at. Right here, I think, is right where I want to build it. So, of course, the minimum dimensions for a nether portal are 2 by 3. Of course, you can go bigger, and there is a maximum size, but I don't know what they are, what the maximum size is. I never really built that big. But we're just going to build a very standard 2x3 nether portal so that we can get to the nether for now. So once you have your frame constructed, you can skip the corners. I usually don't, but we only had 11 obsidian, not 14. But once you have your frame set up, you can just grab your flint and steel and basically hit anywhere on the inside of the portal, and you will have your nether portal activated. But before we head in, a couple things I like to take with me when heading into the nether. I like to bring a fair amount of torches with, just because they're an easy item to place down so you don't lose your way. You can always find your way back to your nether portal. And just some basic building blocks, because sometimes you do have to bridge your way across something in the nether, and it sucks to not have any blocks on you when you have to do that. So I'm also seeing my food is a bit low. So if we just run over and grab some, just like that. And without further ado, let us head in. See you, buddy. Oh, wow. Okay, so our first impression of our nether, and this literally couldn't have worked out any better for me, because I was pretty worried about having to run around the nether and trying to find a nether fortress, but we happened to spawn our portal right in the middle of one, and right by a chest at that too yet, so, well, I mean, nothing super exciting, but we'll take it. And we'll take the chest too, because you can never have too many chests. So, grab some torches. And I think I want to start heading this way, actually. And right here you can see we have some nether wart. And on top of that, it's even growing on top of some soul sand. So I'm just going to grab a bunch of this, because we're going to need some of it for brewing. And I'm also going to quickly steal some of the soul sand, seeing as it's right here. So just like that. And that's a dead end. So we're going to head up here, and that doesn't lead anywhere either. So we're going to take our torch back. And we're going to go well, I'm going to grab the rest of this, and then we're going to head that way. Alright, so you can see here, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, okay, calm down. There we go. Whew. That could have been bad. But you can see here we found one way out of the nether fortress, so we'll definitely keep this in mind for when we're done raiding it. But from this vantage point, we can actually see how lucky we got with our nether portal. Like, this is a pretty sizable nether fortress. Alright, so we managed to find our first blaze. It was only one of them. As you can see, he did drop a blaze rod. And we did accidentally hit some pigmen in the midst of trying to kill our blaze, so they of course turned aggressive. Found another loot chest, and I looted it of course, so we're just going to take this and keep going into a dead end. Alright, and here we found another exit to the nether fortress we're in. And this is a good view of basically what the nether usually looks like. And maybe you can hear the ghast, because I can. Oh, there it is. So these guys will definitely be the death of you if you're bridging across a lava lake and they launch one of their fireballs at you. That could definitely knock you right off your path. Oh, and we missed his drop. Too bad. But, so this is clearly a dead end, so I need to figure out how to get over there, because that looks promising. Okay, so after what I think, well, I explored most of this place, I think. It's quite huge, so I'm not sure, but I managed to find not just one, but actually two blaze spawners quite close to each other. Right here is the second one, which I think could work out to our benefit because I like to make like blaze grinders out of the blaze spawners. I find that they work very well and they're pretty simple to build up. Plus they drop the blaze rods, which I like to use as a fuel source. So I think some point near in the future we're gonna convert these into some grinders for some experience and some blaze rods. You can see we've got a couple. I was hoping for more, but of course we don't have looting on our sword yet. We got quite a bit of soul sand. I grabbed some quartz while I was running around. This quartz might come in handy. We don't need a whole lot because we're not building with it yet. But the next thing we do need is magma blocks, and unfortunately those are usually found near the bottom. Yeah, see, there's some, and we are a fair ways up, so this is why I like to bring building blocks with me, because if we could get down there, getting down is the easy part, of course. It's getting up that's always the pain in the butt. So hopefully we can, oh boy, okay, safely work our way down here. Just like that. And then we'll make our way over here to some magma blocks. And these are always super satisfying to mine because you can pretty much insta-mine them. But they do hurt if you walk on them. Like that. But if you have Frostwalker on your boots, that negates that effect, of course, and so does crouching. So if you just hold shift while you're walking on them, they won't hurt you anymore. So I'm just going to gather up probably close to a stack of these. See if I can find, oh yeah, there's a bunch of soul sand around here, so I'll probably get around about a stack of that. And then I think we're pretty much good to head back out of here. So we've managed to make it back in, I really gotta stop feeding him steak. We've managed to make it back in one piece, which for me is, yeah, kind of rare when I head to the nether. Even when I'm all totally geared up and prepared for the nether, I still always seem to die in it. But we got a pretty decent loot haul. I mean, I was saying I wanted a stack of the soul sand and the magma blocks, but we ended up getting more than that. Some diamond horse armor, which is pretty rare, but I don't usually use horses, so I don't know. We'll probably keep it kicking around just in case. Found some gold, a little bit of iron, but of course this was the main thing that we were after. So if we head to a crafting table and we just throw that in there, you can see we get 2 blaze powder per blaze rod, giving us a total of 6. So if we were to combine one of those with an ender pearl from an enderman, we would end up with ender pearl, which would lead us to the end portal. But we are not quite there yet. So we need to go out and find some endermen. And I always find them to be kind of a pain in the ass to find. So I'm going to spare you the hassle of watching me look for them, and I am just going to go out and probably spend way more time than I want trying to find a bunch of endermen. Wish me luck. Right, so plans are always subjective to change. Yeah, I just ran around for like 30 to 45 minutes and I found a total of 1 enderman and he dropped absolutely nothing. So what I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna go find a desert biome. And okay, there it is. Shit. Okay, well I'm gonna go back and get some milk and then take a smarter way there. But I'm gonna go find a desert because endermen seem to spawn better in desert biomes. And I'm gonna go whip up a little structure. You'll see when I get there, to help us safely farm the Enderman, and hopefully we can walk away with a decent amount of Ender Pearls. Okay, so it looks like we finished setting up just on time. So it's just starting to get dark. We've built up this little shack with our bed on top. Of course, we've set our respawn. Ooh, good thing I didn't sleep there. So yeah, it's too high because Endermen are 3 high, so they won't be able to fit in here. The water here, it kind of... Water hurts Endermen, so it'll definitely, like, just an extra layer of protection, and it will kind of keep, like, slow any other mobs coming in down. And it just kind of gives us a little place to retreat to where we can attack the Endermen from here. The one thing I did forget was a chest, of course, which is a bit obnoxious, but yeah, I'm hoping that this works out a bit better. Alright, so quick update. We got our first Ender Pearl right here. That was the 2nd Enderman so far. And I've really only been sitting here for like 2 minutes, so I'd say it's working. I am slowly going crazy. Well, yeah. Okay, well, so far we have 8 Ender Pearls. I did do a quick location change just so I could see more open area around me. Also, is it impossible to hit an Enderman with an arrow? Like, are they just coded in to be absolute gods at dodgeball? Because I can't seem to hit a single one with an arrow. But I'm also losing my mind over here, so there's a very good chance that I'm just crazy now. Well, I'll keep at it, I guess. Alright, so I managed to make my way back here after, yeah, probably close to 4 or 5 hours of grinding for Enderman, but you can see we got just over a stack, because Ender Pearls only stack up to 16. I don't know why, but we got 17 in total. I was hoping for at least a stack, so I'm happy. Because, of course, we use these things to help find the Ender Portal, but we also use them to activate the Ender Portal, and we may need as many as 11 or 12 of them. So, you can see if we mix an Ender Pearl with some Blaze Powder, which I did have to jet into the Nether a quick sec once we got back just to get a couple more. But with our Blaze Spawners, of course, that was not an issue. But with those 2 ingredients, we can make an Eye of Ender. So we're just going to turn all of those into Ender Pearls. And we have a bit of Blaze Powder left over, so that's always good. Yeah, so we have these. Oh, easy there. We have 17 of them now, which apparently Eye of Enders can stack up to 64. That is weird. I don't know why. But you can see if we... I don't know if this is the best thing to do inside. But yeah, you can see it floated right through the wall there. And there it is. So it managed to just float through the wall, up to here, and then drop. So if we pick it up again and toss it, you can see it floats in that direction. So basically from here, our closest end portal is that way. We have no idea how far that way. But so basically what the plan is to walk in that direction for a fair amount of time and then basically toss another Eye of Ender. And just make sure we haven't passed it. Because of course if we passed it and I toss it, it will float back in the other direction until it's pretty much just right on top of the ender portal, or the stronghold that it's located in anyways. And then from there we just dig straight down. So it could be, who knows, it could be thousands of blocks that way. So once we get there, I want to make sure that I have all the materials we need to deal with the situation over there, because it would suck to get there, activate the portal, and then come all the way back for the stuff we need. So, of course, once we activate the end portal and jump through it, there's the issue of the Ender Dragon, of course, which can be a substantial challenge if you are not set up properly, which, well, we're not, really. So this could be interesting, but there's a couple things I like to take with. Of course, a bed, so we can set our respawn just outside the portal for, not if, but when I die. I like to take a bucket of water with, just because there's going to be Endermen everywhere, and water, of course, hurts them, so sometimes it's just a nice added layer of protection. A bow with a bunch of arrows or the Infinity Enchantment is always a nice one to have. Some chests just to put down some stuff by your bed that you don't necessarily want to take with into the battle. And just some glass bottles, because you need, of course, I think it's called Dragon's Breath to make splash potions. And of course you can only get that from the dragon, so this is as good an opportunity as ever to get a couple bottles of that. So I like to take some of those with. But we should grab some more food on the way out of here. We're going to leave our puppy behind because it's just, I don't know, seems a bit too dangerous for him. And he's not really going to help us against a dragon. So, grab some food. Good enough. And I'm going to start the long trek into unfamiliar territory. Alright, so I've made it to, well, where we were grinding for Enderman is kind of just over there, I think. But yeah, quite a bit of ways from our base, right by this village. But you can see if we throw this Ender Pearl, it floats right underground. And it should come up right there. So here, abouts, is where we want to dig down to find the stronghold that our end portal is hopefully in. So of course, the rule of digging straight down is never a good idea. So what I like to do is kind of just stagger it. This right here, this is what we're looking for. So this type of brick right here indicates that we have found a stronghold. So this, like the stone bricks, that's what strongholds are made out of. So we found our way down into one, which is always good. But now the problem, I find these things are, they're just giant mazes basically. And I do tend to get lost quite quickly, and it takes me forever to find an actual portal room. So, yeah, I'm just going to do a ton of running around in here, and hopefully we can find the portal. So, apparently, where did that string come from? Anyways, apparently on Bedrock, there's the opportunity that an end stronghold can spawn without a portal room. So, yeah. Screw me, basically. So, I basically had to go back to base and run the other direction from where the pearls were leading me. Until when I threw them, they weren't trying to lead me back to that stronghold. So I had to get closer to a different stronghold so that the Eye of Enders would lead me towards that one instead of the one that didn't have a portal in it. Which, of course, meant, I don't know, for some reason, my Eye of Enders, they seem to break after you use them a certain amount of times. So I had to go out and do more Enderman grinding to get more Ender Pearls because I wasted about 6 of them trying to get here. So we're back up to 15. Well, we were back up to 18 actually, and then yeah, we used 3 of them trying to get here. But this is kind of cool. I've never seen this quite before. If we head down into here, right here, this is our end stronghold. We can actually see, we can see the roof of it. And I don't know if this is gonna make it a huge pain in the ass. Like, is it gonna be all full of water? I hope not. But I did see there's a couple things around here that I do want to take a look at, because we're going to want a conduit at some point. And to find a conduit, of course, we need to find a heart of the sea. And to find a heart of the sea, we need to find a treasure map. And treasure maps are found in these little ocean ruins. Usually. I found a couple of them on this world so far, but I haven't seemed to find a single chest in them. So I'll just keep my eyes open, I guess. I did see another one over there, but yeah, we did find our end stronghold, so I'm gonna get digging and hopefully we can find a portal in here. That would be very, very nice. This is now our 3rd end stronghold that we've discovered, because the last one we were at, I completely tore that thing apart and explored it and did everything I could to try and find an end portal in there, and there was nothing. But it was pretty low down. Like, it started at almost at Y20, I think. So what I think happened is one of the paths, like stairways, happened to lead like this. It was going right down and then it hit bedrock like right here. So I wonder if that was supposed to lead to where the portal room would be. But I just, yeah, I wasn't there. And the first one that we came across, of course, it was super small. Like, it was all of 3 to 4 rooms, and that was it. And one of them was not an end portal. So yeah, I'm hoping for a bit better of a chance on this one. Like, hopefully, this one was pretty easy to find. We only went through like two more Eye of Enders to find, so yeah, it could be worse, but I'm gonna run through this, and yeah, I seriously hope there's a portal in this one. Okay guys, you can see through this door that this is it. This is our portal room right in there. About bloody time. So the first thing we're gonna do is get rid of this, because silverfish are annoying as hell. And yeah, it's a good thing we came prepared, because we need 11 of these Eye of Enders to fill this thing in. So yeah. So what I'm gonna do is basically just set up a little bit of a respawn station here, right? We can put our bed down, we can put a chest down, and I guess this is usually, I like to have netherrack on me just because it's super quick to mine. But yeah, I mean, we're almost 3,000 blocks away from our base, and or sorry, almost 2,000 blocks away from our base, and I don't feel like going back there just to get blocks, but we're definitely gonna need blocks. So I think, yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna head back to my base, I'm gonna go back into the nether, and I'm gonna grab a bunch of netherrack, and then we're gonna be here. Alright, so we're back. I managed to grab just over a stack and a half of netherrack. Should be plenty, I think. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna finish making this portal. And all we gotta do is add the Eyes of Ender into all of these open slots. And just like that, we have our end portal. So I think I am, yeah, as set up as I'm gonna get. I should have made a shield while I was back at my base. That was dumb. But yeah. Oh, whew, almost forgot to set our spawn. There we go. Alright, here we go. So here we are in the end. And I gotta love the irony of how hard it is, or how annoying it is to get ender pearls. And once you're here, it's just, yeah, nothing. Yeah, see, I swear it's impossible to hit these guys with an arrow. But that's beside. This of course is why we brought blocks. Or one of the reasons anyways. And there's the health bar for our boss, of course. I feel like these endermen are gonna give us a ton of problems though. Nope, I definitely expected them to come rushing at us, but... So here, of course, is our boss. The Ender Dragon. We gotta take him out. I never noticed that there were islands around the main end island. That's interesting. But of course, he gets his power from these crystals up there. They will constantly heal him. And so we need to take them out. And the easiest way to do that is to just shoot them, like so. And of course, some of them do have some iron bars around them. So we kind of have to... Wow. Okay, I'm not on par today. But that, of course, that right there is the dragon's breath. So I'm just gonna grab as much of that as we can. Ow, 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 ow. That's dragon fire. Okay. Whoa, okay, and yeah, just like that, we're dead. So it's a good thing that we set our spawn. Because now, we need to get all of our stuff back before we can do anything else. Which is still totally surrounded by dragon fire. So this is why I wanted to bring netherrack, of course, because we got to get up on top of these giant obsidian pillars for a bunch of them, so that we can actually take out the crystal. And now that we're up here, it's a lot easier to aim to hit these. Looks like we actually took a substantial amount of them out already, but you can see some of them have this cage around them. Alright, so we've managed to take out all the crystals, and now this guy will charge at us, and he likes to get stuck on this little center portal. Or what will become a portal, I guess, once we beat him. So we just kinda... yeah, we wait for him to charge at us down here. Try to survive, and spam the shit out of hitting him once he gets stuck. Almost there. There we go. That is our Ender Dragon done. Woo! Look at all that experience. 68 levels. Well, we were already, I don't know what we were at, but basically 60 levels. I'm psyched. That means a shitload of enchanting for us. And I also want this this egg. Oh yeah, that's right. It's a pain in the ass to pick up. Okay. Well, I think we have torches on us. We have one torch on us. That'll do it. Because I do want this. This is our first trophy, after all. Nice. Okay. And there is some way to respawn the Ender Dragon, of course, but I think we'll get to that later. What we mainly wanted was this thing. This little portal. That will take us out to the end cities where we can get all the shulker boxes and elytras and yeah, tons of really good loot. But for now, we're just going to jump through this portal. And here we are back at our spawn. So, what we are going to do is, well, I am going to write down these coordinates. I'm going to pack up my stuff and we're going to head back to base. Alright guys, so we've managed to make our way back home. And I've already done all the enchanting and stuff. Used up, well, yeah, as you can see, made the most out of my 68 levels. I was at 0 before, but then I took a bunch of glass out of these furnaces, so we're back at a whopping level 3. But that is definitely all we have time for today, because yeah, we got a ton of stuff done today. We went to the Nether, raided a massive Nether fortress, located not 1, not 2, but 3 end strongholds and 1 end portal, and killed the Ender Dragon. And it would have been nice to maybe get to some end city raiding, but I guess that's gonna have to wait for next episode. But I really hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and if you did, please leave a like. And if you want to see more of my content, consider subscribing. If you want to get alerted anytime a new video comes out, hit the bell icon. But that's all from me, guys. Have a really good one.